tomorrow night, live on BT Sports and across Top Rank. Sunday, February the 26th, The Truth, Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury. Or as I would call it, who is fooling who? The problem child in one corner, Jake Paul. And in the other corner, TNT, Tommy Fury. So here we go on BWTM Sports. We're going to do a final breakdown, reaction, and things for you to think about. Don't go anywhere. So here we go. The weighing between the two guys. Let me take this off a second. Right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to BWTM Sports Gaming. We are just hours away from discovering who's been fooling who's been lying to who. Tommy Fury against Jake Paul. Gotta be honest, really excited for this fight. Promotion is everything. And Jake Paul is a master of promotion. And right up to the weigh-in, Jake Paul has been almost a step ahead of the Furies. Produced a contract on the face-off. No, before he produced a contract, at the press conference, he already had planned to say all or nothing to Tommy Fury, which his dad jumped up and said, yeah, we'll take that, we'll take that, we'll take that. We're fighting, men. We'll take that. So that's fine. Then when the contract's produced now, yeah, you can bet on me. I'm a Fury. You know, I'll sign that contract. The contract we signed. You let that roll. All lawyers see that, and yeah, you can bet your house. I'll sign that. We've got a contract signed. That's fine. That's fine. And then we come to the weigh-in now. Lo and behold, Jake asked Tommy, what happened to the contract? You didn't sign the contract. And then Tommy tried to pull the microphone away. Pull the microphone away. If you're confident and you know you're going to beat a man, you know you're going to beat a man. There's nothing in it. But Tommy, his team, didn't want to know. Well, that's what it seems. But I don't want to get caught up in that so much. There's a few things that I would like to remind the critics before I continue. There's a few things I'd like to remind the critics of. So Jake Paul and his critics will say, right, you got to fight a professional boxer. You must fight a boxer. Okay. So now I'm not knocking the opponent now, because a lot of people think that Tommy Fury is going to do Jake Paul, which means you think that he's good enough. Let's walk this through a second. People say that Tommy Fury is a professional boxer. Okay. He's got a professional license. So anybody who's got a professional license, as far as I'm concerned, must be a professional boxer. Whether they're professional in how they conduct their business is another matter altogether. But the fact you've got a professional license, you are professional. Huh? You are professional. That's what it. Whether you are consistently fighting, whether you don't turn up on weight, whether you don't promote yourself properly, and you're not professional about your business, that's a different thing. There's a place for that. You didn't get knocked out. Even those who are professional do the things right, get knocked out. Much less for those who are not professional about what they do. Now, Tommy Fury has never fought anybody with a winning record. He's never fought a champion. He's never fought a guy who's been coming to win. Right? Never. Not in his professional career. He hasn't. That's one thing. And Tommy Fury is not exactly an experienced boxer. He's not an experienced boxer. He's not a guy that's been around the block a bit and knows his way around the ring. And let's say, so he's not an experienced boxer. And then you look at the sort of guys he's fought. No, none of the guys that Tommy Fury's fought in his career so far have come to put it on him. And the guy that did try and put it on him, the guy who's got like ginger hair, looks a bit like Canelo, that guy, right? Let me turn the volume up, make sure my volume's up here. That guy who came to give it a go. In the first round, he hit Tommy Fury clean on the chin, backed him up. That was a guy that Tommy Fury couldn't get out of there. That guy there. If you're telling me that guy that Tommy Fury fought, I can't remember the gentleman's name. If somebody can bring the gentleman's name up, I'll confirm. That guy right there. He's got ginger hair top. He put his hand tucked up, and from the first round he came out, hit Tommy Fury clean on the chin. First round, even like he was catching Tommy Fury cleanly, and he came to fight. Nobody can tell me that guy has got better boxing fundamentals than Jake Paul. Nobody can tell me that. And that guy is a white collar. He came from a white collar background, and he fought Tommy Fury. And he was tacking Tommy Fury all over the place. First round, second round, third round, fourth round. Overhand rights, straight left jabs. He was hitting Tommy Fury with everything. If that guy could punch, Tommy Fury would have been knocked out. That guy did not look great at all, right? That fight Tommy Fury was in didn't look great. And you talk about Tommy Fury becoming a world champion, and you can't deal with a guy like that. My point is this: he's an inexperienced boxer who's badly flawed, and he's got no defense. He rushes in. He's counterpunched. He's open to the big right hand that Paul likes to throw. Literally open to it. When you back him up, when you back Tommy Fury up, he doesn't know what to do. So he's inexperienced. So when people say that Tommy Fury is a boxer, yes, he's a boxer. He's a professional boxer, yes. But is he inexperienced? Is he a good professional boxer? There are people within the professional trade that don't think Tommy Fury isn't very good. To me at the moment, and I'm not being disrespectful, what I'm seeing a guy who's got big muscles and no chin. And it's like a house. It's like having a mansion on sand near the sea. You know what happens? It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. Only a matter of time before the water hits the foundations. Only a matter of time. So you're coming with no defense and no concern about the guy you're fighting, because he's rubbish. He's not good. He's this. He's that. You talk about it enough times, you begin to believe your own hype. Jake Paul has said, this guy's got fast hands. This guy's got fast hands. Decent jab. So he's telling you that he studied his opponent. When you hear people talk, he's not this, he's not that, he's not good, he's not this, he's not that. If he's not that good, you don't need that time to train. But when you're disrespecting a guy, and I've seen it happen so many times in boxing, when you disrespect a guy, you're not doing this, you're not doing this professionally. It's Jake Paul. Forget Jake Paul, the guy that was the star. Yeah, he's been boxing like 2 years now, and he's been dedicated to the sport. Now, let me tell you something about sport. From a coaching perspective, there's some people I've been coaching for 2 years, and I've been coaching people for 1 year, and I've been coaching people for 6 months. Would you believe the people that you coach 6 months would know more than those who've been coaching 2 years? Because there's that sense of, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm about. When you don't fight guys who've come to fight, who's come to win, who've come with either winning records. Anderson Silva for Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Tommy Fury cannot beat Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. No, not happening. It's not happening. Okay? So, to me, I've seen nothing on what the people Tommy Fury has fought. Where has Tommy Fury got all this confidence that he's going to beat Jake Paul? In what fight he's had as a professional has he got the confidence to believe that he's going to beat Jake Paul? Or what fight? I don't need fights to believe I'm going to beat Jake Paul. What's your resume of work? Like I said before, this fight would not have happened if his brother Tyson opened his big mouth and said, "I think my brother could do you," because that wasn't the plan. The plan, I think, was to get a whole heap of fights like Tommy's fighting at the moment, fighting nobody of any real note, raking the money in, using Tyson Fury's name to keep raking the money in. That's what I thought was going to happen. And then Tyson up his mouth and said, Jake Paul. Jake Paul heard that and thought, right, I'll take this. Now, the other thing to take into consideration in this fight as well, maybe they've got this wrong. Maybe Jake Paul and his team have got this wrong, but who's got more to lose in this, Jake Paul or Tommy Fury? Can Tommy Fury sell out an arena? I don't think so. Don't think so. Who's the A side in this fight? Tommy Fury or Jake Paul? You're going to say Jake Paul. Now, I'm not saying Jake Paul is perfect. But what I am saying is they've got the names wrong. Jake Paul should be called TNT and Tommy Fury should be called the problem child. Because look at the way Tommy Fury boxes. He's got big problems. And look at the way Jake Paul punches. People in the gym, even in America, there's one thing about Americans, right? The one thing they say, he's not very good. He's like, but he can punch. Yeah, he's not very good. He can punch. And he's getting better. And the worst thing you can do is to tell a man like that guy, Jake Paul, you know, you're not good enough. You can't make it. You're not good enough. You answer the critics over and over again. This is the biggest fight of Tommy Fury's career. The biggest fight of Tommy Fury's career. It's correct. There is nothing TNT about Tommy. The only thing TNT might happen is that when bombs are going to go off to his head. Because nobody has taught him yet defense. No one's taught him defense. No one's telling him what to do when he gets hit on the chin. That's my concern. So, Jake, you see, and the thing is, when you've got your family running behind you going, yeah, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. If dad came out for what he wants, he's finished, his career's finished. Tyson can talk off all he wants. He's a double, he's two-time heavyweight champion of the world. Fought two of the greatest fighters of his era. About to go into fight the third greatest fighter of his era, which is Usyk. So he's fought Klitschko, he's defeated Klitschko, defeated Wilder, and now he's going to go and fight Usyk, potentially. Three of the greatest fighters of his era. Tommy Fury, what's he done? What's he done? So to me, the way I look at it is Tommy Fury is like that mansion, that luxurious mansion on sand, and the tide is coming in. The tide coming in is the punching power of Jake Paul and Tommy Fury's house. And when the water comes in, you know what's going to happen to the foundation of the house. It's going to get flooded. Flooded. I mean, the fact that even Jake Paul, people have sparred with Jake Paul that are professionals and well-known professionals as well. Yeah, so what if you're a fighting man? I'm a fighting man, yeah. Most men that pick up their fists to fight to defend themselves are fighting men. But let's not forget, like, there are other Furies. There's Huey Fury. He's a fighting man. There's Peter Fury. He's a fighting man. And there was another Fury as well who was, you know, a fighting man as well. And then you have the Gormans. They're fighting men. And Nathan Gorman's a fighting man. But then so is Fabio Wardley, a fighting man. And then you can see he's been boxing for a long time. He's been boxing for a long time. But you can be boxing for a long time, or you could have been in boxing for a long time. But actually, how dedicated are you to the sport? That's the real question that should be asked here. How dedicated are you to sport? Are you more dedicated than Jake Paul? That's the question I would ask. Are you more dedicated than Jake Paul? I don't think you are. I don't think you are. And you look terrible against that Anthony. Oh, come here, the guy. The guy came from what? Fly or lightweight and came up and fought you at cruiserweight. Just embarrassing. But it's what it is. Let me just read what people are saying in the comment section. Good morning, Liam. Hope that you're well. Tommy looked so nervous on that stage. A lot of spent energy. Yep. It's a big occasion for him. Liam66. Tommy has been conditioned longer to take shots to the head. If it's not fixed, Jake will be in for a shot. Probably never hit so hard in his life. I don't believe that. I don't believe that for 1 second. So Anderson Silva and Tyron Woodley, who are strikers, didn't hit Jake Paul. No, I don't believe that, bro. I don't believe that for 1 second. And if he is conditioned, then the punches were taken from a guy who's a non-puncher. He was getting shook to his boots by them punches. So whoever's conditioned hasn't conditioned him very well. Timmy's going out on his back. Frank Warren knew. Match him with Dross and sell the name. Then the family mouthed off. Oh dear. He put his boxing prospect status on hold to join a reality TV show. Fury is all about the money. They'll laugh if they get beat, and Tommy will run into the sunset, embarrassed, but he'll cash out. There's nothing TNT about Tommy. That's exactly what I was saying. Tea and toast when he wakes up Monday morning. Tea and toast. Oh boy. I hope Tommy Fury proves me completely wrong. I hope he does. I hope he's got a great chin. I hope he's got great punching power. I hope that, he's able to box circles, not walk straight back to the ropes with his chin up in the air. I hope all those things he corrects. Because if he doesn't correct those things, he could get knocked out within the first 2 or 3 rounds. Never mind 4 rounds, because Paul's a counter puncher, if you've noticed. He's a counter puncher. He'll let you come in for his shots. But he's a fighting man. Yeah, we know that. He's been boxing since he was 7, but he hasn't been stepped up once in his 9 bouts. That's what we're talking about. Anthony Taylor, Jake's sparring partner. Balter took him the distance. Exactly. Why do you think that Jake Paul got Anthony Taylor to fight him? Anthony Taylor actually was on this channel, and we did an interview with Anthony Taylor before he announced his fight with Tommy Fury. So Jake Paul not only got Anthony Taylor to see what Tommy Fury is about, did a scouting report. That's what happened. It was a scouting report. And if you can't trouble Anthony Taylor, you can't trouble a sparring partner. That was Anthony Taylor's opportunity as well to prove a point. People forget how bad Tommy Fury looked in that fight because Danny Dubois wouldn't have scored that exciting knockout. If Danny Dubois didn't score that knockout that night, people remember the Anthony Taylor fight. Rascal. Look, I like the Furies. I've got nothing against the Furies. However, I've got to call it for what I see it. Tommy is in real danger of getting knocked out in this fight. Real danger. Because if he goes in there thinking, oh, he's just a reality star in Jake Paul, and he goes out there relaxed, and he thinks the guys he's fought before are proper boxers, and Jake Paul's not a proper boxer, you're gonna cop a nice right hand. And then afterwards, you'll be getting up thinking, I just got hit with some TNT. See, all them big muscles, all them muscles prove nothing. Now, just changing the subject up slightly. Well, in fact, changing the subject up a lot. Question I want to ask everybody in the room. What's the possibility of these guys being drug tested? Tommy Fury and Jake Paul. What's the possibility of both these guys being drug tested? And then, let me add to this question. The fact that WBC are giving the winner a top 15 rating, yeah, and a belt. Has the WBC, which back in the 90s was called will be criminals, will be con men, will be conned. That was what the WBC used to be called. And I do have some respect for WBCs because of the WBC Cares organization by my good friend Jill Diamond. So I've got to be careful what I'm saying here. However, the fact that WBC would outrightly say we are reinstating Conor Benn ahead of what the British Boxing Board of Control have got to say, considering the British Boxing Board of Control fighter is Conor Benn, and he has a license with them. What does that say about the WBC? And how assured can we be that a WBC fight has got stringent testing if they're prepared to walk all over the British Boxing Board of Control? Think about that for a second. Guys here, wonder if they both have the same contractual weight this time. LOL. Will be crooks, indeed. So, that's questions I ask myself. That's the question I ask myself. I thought that the story about Ben eating eggs, well, anybody can use that excuse now. You know what? I had eggs. If it was that simple, then why didn't they release that information earlier? And why is it Conor Benn's the only boxer in the world, or the only British boxer that's been caught, that's been doing eggs? Is the only British boxer with eggs in his system. The only one? A large consumption of eggs. Really? Really? Do you all believe that? Do you believe that? WBC came out saying they found no conclusive evidence for Ben popping. Why is it up to WBC to prove anything after a fight that failed a test? LOL. Got it backwards. We benefit in Conor. Or we benefit in criminals. I don't use the word flabbergasted, but it's a loophole. Let me ask the question: Could Jarrell Miller say he was having too many eggs? Could I guess Povetkin doesn't need to do that. Pedvetkin didn't need to do that. Luis Ortiz didn't need to do that. But Jarrell Miller needs to do it. I just don't understand what's going on here. I think if Jake wins, they'll end up separate fight between the winner of Makabu and Jack, no doubt. Wow. Wow. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. On that fight, the Makabu fight, Isn't that the same Makabu that got knocked out by Tony Bellew? That's the same Makabu. I'm sure it's the same Makabu. Makabu hasn't been active, I understand as well. My thoughts on the fight? I think that Jack has to do his business in the first half of the fight. For me, he's got to do his business in the first half of the fight, because when you move up in weight against naturally bigger guys, later on in the fight it starts to tell. But Jack has to do his business in the fight early. If I'm Makabu, from round one, I am on to David Badou Jack like a Harper shot. I'm on to him. I'm on to him like he stole my dinner. I'm on to him. First round, jump straight on him and leap all over him. Has Badou Jack got the power up at cruiserweight? Just jump all over him. Jump all over him. But we'll see. This isn't Love Island. And so far, everything Tommy's done so far, if you look at everything Tommy's done so far up to this point, he's been more or less in control of. Come back to this, he's been almost much in control of, you know, even the whole, like, even the, if you notice it, if you look at the face-off they were meant to do, not the face-off, the video call with Stephen A. Smith, Tommy switched off, literally switched off his, he switched the Zoom call off. He switched the Zoom call off there. It's like, just, it always seems to be something unprofessional about them. Always. But it's all right. Saturday night, we're going to see. We'll see on Sunday morning, we'll see. Up until the start of this month, Ben was blaming VADA contamination, then changed angle to contaminate eggs. WC couldn't make up their mind for months, but made it in 3 weeks. Don't know. Money, money, money. Money, money. Money, money, money. That's what it is. It's all about the money. It's okay. A lot of stuff that's happening in boxing now, did I not tell you about? Did I not tell you boxing is becoming like WWE? Did I not say it? Did I not say it? And it's turned into WBC. Now, I'm the WWF or WWE. It has now gone full WWE now. That's it. Boxing is WWE with scripts. And, I mean, I'm sure I overheard when Tommy Fury was doing the preview, they were telling him what to say in the preview. I swear I heard the camera, somebody from behind saying, "Oh, say this to Jake Paul." And then he said it. I swear down. And how much of what Tommy Fury is saying does he actually believe? How much of what Tommy Fury says does he actually believe? Because I don't think he believes what he's saying. I think he's saying what his dad thinks. I think he's saying what his brother thinks and just agreeing with it. You know, like when, I don't know how would I describe it? Yeah. Like your mum and dad. Your mum and dad say to you, you should be passing your GCSEs. It's easy. You should be passing your GCSEs. You should be passing these exams. You should be passing these assignments. It should be easy for you to do it. You're an intelligent kid. You don't believe it yourself. Yeah. I should be passing it. And then you fail. It's like that. And that's what I feel with Tommy. That's what I feel. I really do feel it for him. I hope he proves me wrong. Because if he doesn't, but Tommy himself said, he admitted, he says, don't worry about my dad and my brother, bro. They know how to promote a fight. So the whole thing about Tyson saying that he would disown his brother, and the whole thing that his dad saying he shouldn't get paid if he got beat by Tommy. If Tommy got beat by Jake, I would like to know after the fight, if Tommy Fury gets beat, what his father has to say for himself. That's what I want to know. British Boxing Board of Control saying they go by strict liability, so it doesn't matter if Conor intentionally took or not. Wow. But listen, let's go back in time. When Nigel Benn challenged Doug DeWitt, I think it was Atlantic City, for the WBO middleweight championship of the world. Great fight. Ben got dropped, got off the canvas, and ended up going out and knocking DeWitt out. Great fight. If you haven't watched it, do please go and watch it. When he knocked out DeWitt, he then had his British Boxing Board of Control license and he ripped it up live on TV. Like father, like son. The dad's done it, so the son can do it too. I also hear on other news that Mr. Chris Eubank Jr. is going to be calling for a rematch against Liam Smith. Now, to me, Eubank Jr. is done at middleweight. He's done at middleweight. And what I think took it out of him was him trying to make that silly weight for the Conor Benn fight. So he is done at middleweight. If he takes the fight, he should take it at super middleweight. Should not take the fight at middleweight. Because if he takes the fight at middleweight, that is the end of his career. He does not have any punch resistance at middleweight. Love to know what your thoughts are in the comment section. Who do you think is going to win the fight? And why do you think they're going to win the fight? Put your comments in the comment section. Let's blow that comment section up. Smash the like button. Smash the subscribe button. Thank you for supporting as always. Don't forget to continue watching my FIFA series, my African team that has been brought over in League 2. It's all academy players and players across Africa playing in League 2, looking to play the Champions League and try and win the Champions League. Can an all-African team win the Champions League? That would be interesting. Right. Yeah. And yeah, I've got UFC. I would like to do UFC career mode as well. So yeah, I'm going to try and do that as well. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. As always, this is your channel as always. This is BWTM Sports. Thank you for watching. Really appreciate you all. And I'll see you tomorrow night or Sunday morning for the big one. Paul versus Fury. See you then.